people age, their memory begins to fade and the reality of aging begins to set in. Growing old can be extremely lonely. You watch the people that you've known your whole life slowly leave this world. Sadly, a lot of elderly people are just waiting for the day when they can join their relatives in the afterlife. In 2016, Italian police officers received a phone call from someone that reported hearing a sound that made their heart stop. And being the civil servants that they are, they quickly investigated. Italian police received a phone call from neighbors who reported hearing loud cries coming from another apartment. The police immediately investigated the situation. One of the police arrived at the home. What they saw left them feeling heartbroken. They had to do something. The report said that there were people loudly crying, but they weren't crying out from physical pain. 84-year-old Michelle and 94-year-old Jolie were indeed crying, but they were crying because they were depressed. The couple had been extremely lonely, but they were watching something that caused them to break down. Apparently, the elderly couple had been watching the news and became overwhelmed. The couple had been watching a news segment about attacks and child abuse, and they couldn't understand why everything was so negative. Surely a lot of you can relate to that. The couple also explained to the police why they've been feeling so lonely. They typically spend their free time chatting with their neighbors, but their neighbors have been away on vacation. Unfortunately, this caused the couple to become extremely lonely. The police knew that they needed to do something to help the couple. So the police asked the couple if they could make them dinner. The couple graciously accepted their offer, but when the police began to gather ingredients, they noticed something horrifying. When the police opened the cupboards, they noticed that the couple had almost nothing to eat. After finding only old grapes, the police called an ambulance to check on the couple's health. Once they knew that an ambulance was on the way, the police got to work on the meal. The police made the couple a delicious meal of spaghetti, butter, and cheese. People were growing concerned for the couple, so the police made an update on their Facebook page. There's not a crime. Jolie and Michael are not victims of scams, and no thief entered the house. There's no one to save, the police wrote on Facebook. The post went viral in no time at all, and the people were quick to praise the police. One person commented, "One act of kindness may well see this couple through many months with the thought that a couple strangers took the time to share a little time with them." Another said, "Their loneliness and despair were assuaged by two angels of the night dressed in blue. Thank you for your humanity, caring, and thoughtfulness." This story is an important reminder to be as helpful as possible to those in need. It's a sad fact that a lot of elderly people are forgotten about. Many of them spend their last days alone, watching the news and crying out of loneliness. This is why it's so important to do what you can to make a difference in an elderly person's life. There's so many things that you can do to help, such as visiting a nursing home, taking the time to ask your elderly neighbor if they want some company, or helping your neighbor bring in the groceries. Elderly people need to know that they're still loved and cared for, so do what you can to help.